Hello everybody, I'm Jonathan from the Cambridge Swimming Company and welcome to this week's aerobic training. We will be focusing on stroke rate this week, so building from last week where we worked on maximising the length of our stroke, we're working on a different aspect of improving our pace by maximising the efficiency of the number of strokes we take. So we're going to work on normal swimming pace and then upping the stroke rate to up our pace as well. You'll need paddles this week and it will be a good one.
I'm sure that the water won't mind if we rest here for the night and leave before sunrise.
Starting off as always with the developing squad, and we'll give a nice thorough dry land warm up. Make sure your muscles and your joints are all prepped before we hop in the pool. Then we're going to carry on that warm up in the water, 100 of easy choice swimming, so real easy just to get you ready, and then just up that intensity a little bit to 70% effort for another 100 of freestyle. Have a nice sip of water and we're going straight into our drills like we do always. So this week we're working on, like I said, the stroke rate and upping that stroke rate to achieve a faster pace through the water. So we're just going to start off with some hip, shoulder, head drill, just to remind ourselves of a bit of body stability and body position in the water just before we move into the up of the pace. So hip, shoulder, head is touch your hip, touch your shoulder, touch your head for 50, just maintaining, so keep your kick going, but maintaining nice, stable, strong body position by engaging our core. The demo video has just been going, and then we're going to do a 50 of normal freestyle, so at your normal pace, normal stroke rate, and then we're going to do an overspeed 50. And by overspeed 50, I mean, I'm not going to give you a set stroke rate, but if you want to, you can count your strokes in that first 50 per 25, and then add 2 to it. So you want to take 2 more strokes per 25. Just so it's not a huge overpace, don't go crazy, but just increasing that and just see how that difference, how it feels in the water. So 50 freestyle, 50 of overspeed, and another 50 of freestyle, another of overspeed. And if you want to, try and add an extra stroke again for that last one. So maybe +2 for the first one and +3 for the second overspeed. And then we're going to repeat that again. So all of it again. Remembering our technique of keeping a nice flat body position, head looking at the bottom of the pool. So don't forget all the stuff we've done in the previous weeks. So through the drills twice and then to our main set, fairly simple. Again, we're doing a very simple pyramid, but we're mixing up with normal swimming or no equipment and paddles. So we do a freestyle 100, then a 200 with paddles. If you want to, you can try a bit of overspeed swimming with the paddles. So where it says paddles, think paddles and overspeed. So 200 of freestyle with paddles, then a 300 normal freestyle, no equipment, 200 with paddles, and then finishing off with 100. All of that's at 80%. So nice easy 100 to finish off, 1700 in total, slightly less than some weeks. Have a good cool down, stretch off in the water, relax a little bit, maybe swim another couple of lengths if you need to, and then you'll be ready to go for our technique and speed sessions later in the week. If you want to get involved in our technical and speed sessions, they'll be coming up later in the week on our Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/CamSwim Club. I would love to see you all there. Welcome to the experienced squads aerobic set. Like I said, we're working on stroke rate and you'll need paddles for the end of the session. Dry land warm up as always, stretch off, make sure your muscles are ready to go, your joints are all stretched out, hop in the pool, and we continue that warm up with 100 easy choice of swimming and a 200 freestyle, just upping that intensity a little bit to 70%. Then we're going to go and work through some drills. To start off with, I want you to refresh your body position thought process with some hip, shoulder, head. So touch your hip, touch your shoulder, touch your head, reach forward, take the stroke. Hip, shoulder, head, take the stroke. Keep a nice kick going and maintain a nice flat body position. Head looking at the bottom of the pool, engaging your core. So you're on a nice stable platform to then in the next drills work on our stroke. Then we're going to do a 50 of freestyle. Then we're going to do 100 of overspeed swimming. By overspeed, what I mean is in that freestyle 50 you've just done, for 125, count how many strokes you take. When we get to the overspeed freestyle, I want you to be doing 2 more than the number you've counted. So taking 2 more strokes per 100. And this means you're going to have to turn your arms over more quickly, But what you don't want to do is lose that feel for the water and start slipping the stroke. You still want to be holding the water. So last week we were talking about kind of catching an amount of water and holding that all the way through the stroke. We don't want to lose that sensation with this over speed swimming. So it's finding that balance of taking faster strokes while still maintaining that pressure that you've got in your stroke. So you do that for 100, then back down to a normal 50, and this is where I want you to really focus on that catch, holding the pressure, building the pressure through the catch and holding the pressure back through your stroke. And then a 50 to finish off of the overspeed again, where you can really kind of fine tune that, taking more strokes, holding the pressure through, building and holding the pressure through your stroke. And then we do it again. So doing all of those drills twice, so that the second time you've really kind of got a feel for that overspeed swimming. Then into our main set, you're going to have paddles, and then where it says paddles, you can do overspeed swimming in that as well. If it's too much with paddles, then just do normal swimming, because sometimes, because of the extra resistance, it's harder to get the extra strokes. So it's a bit more maybe for the advanced group. So this is a very simple pyramid, building up the distances, but we're mixing in no equipment paddles. So 100 of freestyle, 200 with paddles, a 300 with no equipment, 200 with paddles, finishing off with 100 of no equipment. Then bring the intensity back down to 70 for a choice 100, and then a real easy 200 to finish off, just to kind of loosen out the system. 2,100 in total for this group, so some great swimming. Make sure you stretch off in the water, relax a little bit, maybe swim another couple of lengths if you feel like it, so that you're ready to go for our technique and speed sessions later in the week, and I will see you all for those. If you want to get involved in our technical and speed sessions, they'll be coming up later in the week on our Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/CamSwim Club. I would love to see you all there. Welcome to the advanced groups aerobic set, and like I said, we're working on stroke rate, and for this session you will need paddles. So dry land warm up as always, make sure you're stretched off, ready to go. Your particularly shoulder joints are nice and loose. Hop in the pool, continue our warm up with a 200 easy freestyle, and then an easy freestyle, a 200 easy freestyle, and then a freestyle where we just up that intensity a little bit. So we're just building up the intensity through the warm up. So a nice sip of water, then we're straight into our drills. We're going to work on some body position drill to start with. So we're doing hip, shoulder, head, take the stroke, hip, shoulder, head, take the stroke. We're doing that drill again. Nice flat body position, head looking at the bottom of the pool, and then we're going into our overspeed work. So we're going to do a 50 of freestyle, where I want you to be conscious of this, of stretching forward and to catch, building the pressure through the catch and holding that pressure. So think of that sensation, and so it's a bit of a mental challenge this week while still doing that. For one or both of those 25s in this 50, count your strokes. Whatever that number is, that's your standard stroke amount for a 25. And when we go to the overspeed swimming, we're adding 2. So we're going to try and take 2 more strokes per 25. But whilst swimming faster or moving our arms faster, you still want to have the sensation of building the pressure and holding the pressure. So we're not losing the efficiency we built in from last week by taking more strokes. We're adding to it rather than putting in an extra challenge and not gaining anything from it. So we want to make sure we are doing this for a purpose. So 100 of overspeed freestyle. Back down to your normal freestyle. Just remind yourself, nice, building the pressure, holding the pressure, and then an overspeed again. And if you can, this is where you go into your normal strokes plus 3. So we're trying to take an extra 1 from the one we did previously. Per 25 this is. So another 100 of overspeed, and then we repeat all those drills again. All the while, I want you to be really conscious, because it's very easy to miss out on this, is that when we take the catch, we're building the pressure, holding the pressure across the whole paddle, hand, forearm, all the way back. So we're not losing the stroke length. Right, then into our main set, where it's a bit of a simple, relatively simple pyramid, where we do mixing up no equipment and paddles. So we're going to do 100 of freestyle. This is all 80%, so up at that aerobic threshold intensity. 100 of freestyle, 250 of freestyle with paddles. If you want to, you can do overspeed swimming here as well. Some people will find that a bit challenging with the extra pressure of the paddles, and it can depend on if you've got massive paddles or smaller paddles, might make a difference. But if you can up the stroke rate a little bit, even if it's just +1 with the paddles, that would be really good. Then a 400 of freestyle. So this is the advanced group, and we're doing aerobic training. So a nice 400 aerobic set, non-stop obviously. then a 250 with paddles again, and then a finishing off with 100 of freestyle, normal swimming. Good break after that, and then 200 choice at 70%, and then the 200 real easy freestyle to flush out the system, 2,700 in total. Stretch off in the water, cool down a little bit, maybe swim another couple of lengths if you need to, and then you'll be fresh and ready to go for our technique and speed sessions this week. We'll be again working on our over speed swimming. I shall see you all there. If you want to get involved in our technical and speed sessions, they'll be coming up later in the week on our Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/CamSwim Club. I would love to see you all there.
I'm sure that the water won't mind if we rest here for the night and leave before sunrise.